Hey y'all, my name is Branson. I'm Brance of Brance So Crafty. So today I'll be showing you how to glitter and bling out this bottle here. So if you want to learn, I suggest you come on in the room, subscribe, and follow me on all my socials at Brance So Crafty, BranceCraftee on all social media platforms. So if you want to learn how to glitter, bling, do tumblers, Cricut design space tutorials, I mean, you might as well come join the family. Hey, Craftiana Grill, subscribe and follow for more. Tutorial Tuesday coming right on up. So, Craftiana friend, let's get right into it. So first I'm going to start off by taking this back label off. Now, it is personal preference. You can leave this back label on or you could take it off, but in my delusional little mind, I just feel like it looked better once you take it off. But in reality, it looks the same. It does. It's not really that much of a difference, but here I am taking this label off and I'm just fighting with it and it wasn't budging. So I'm going to take some alcohol and I'm just going to rub that down and make sure I just soak it and saturate it, and hopefully that helped. Spoiler alert, it didn't help. I should have let that sit for a while instead of just trying to be impatient and rush. Take your time. Or if you have a heat gun, you can use a heat gun to go over it and loosen that glue up and it will peel off. But here I am struggling and fighting, and I'm just going to say forget about it because I don't got time. I'm just going to make sure that nothing is sticking up. So now we're going to go in with our glitter portion. I'm going in with some glue, some Mod Podge. I put the glue in this little Dollar Tree squeeze container just to make it more controllable, and I poured it on my palette. Now I'm going in with my glue and I'm going around my label first. I'll go around my label first just to make sure I clean these lines up, and when I'm spreading it around, I don't have to worry about the label later and worrying about not getting that glue on that label. So I like to outline my label with the glue first and then fill in the rest of the bottle. That is just what helps me, okay, Craftiana? And I'm making sure I keep that glue off that label because glue on label means glitter on label, and we don't want glitter on label. So I'm spreading that smooth and thin, and I'm working in sections. I'm doing this bottom lower half of this bottle first because this glue will dry quick. Mod Podge on glass will dry quick, especially this first coat. Now we're just going to dump our glitter right on top of that glue, Craftiana. You see, all it is, just pour heavily. Don't be shy about it. Just dump it on there. You want to make sure everything is coated well. You see all that white glue, you want to make sure it is covered in the color of your glitter. Now I'm going to do 2 coats of glitter on this, however, comma and but whatever. If you were doing a lighter color, so let's say a pink, a yellow, a pastel color, I will paint the bottle first with the acrylic paint or chalk paint, the color of the glitter that I'm using, so it will give it more feel and you won't need as many coats of glitter. But since this is a darker color and it has pretty good coverage after 1 coat, we're just going to do 2 coats of glitter and not base paint, and it be fine. So I'm just dumping some of that excess glitter off the top after we poured that glitter all over it, and we're just going to wait and dump this glitter back into our little container because we reduce, reuse, recycle. We don't waste no glitter, honey, because glitter ain't cheap, honey, and I ain't rich. You don't see no glitter wall or nothing behind me, Craftiana, okay? We trying to make it out here, okay? We need to reduce, reuse, recycle. So I'm just dumping that back into our container so we have a lot of glitter left. And it doesn't take that much glitter to do a bottle. You can get away with a little small glitter. You don't have to buy this big old one. Also, this is cherry red that came from Michael's. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to glitter the top part. Remember I said I worked in sections because this glue will dry fast on that glass. So I'm going in on the top of that label and I'm just lining it up, and I'm just putting glue, excuse me, Mod Podge all along this top of this neck, and I'm just going to touch up any little patches that I missed on this red part. Now be careful because this red part is still wet, and when you put in glue on top of that, it will scrape up a mess. So just tap lightly if you need to do this, or just don't do it and just put a whole nother second coat. We're going to do a second coat anyway, so it should be fine. So we're just going to dump this along the neck, and I only take that glue up under the lip part. It's like a little line demarcation that separates that top part. We don't want glue up there on the mouth part. We keep it under there. So I'm just pouring this glitter on. Same stuff, Craftiana. And just watch me pour. So after that first coat of glitter, we let that dry for a good 20 to 30 minutes, and you want to make sure it's fully dry before you move on into your next coat. I'm taking a makeup brush and I'm just dusting any excess glitter that was not stuck to that glue off our bottle. And I make sure I clean that really, really well. Now we're about to go in with our second coat. We're taking that Mod Podge again and we're going directly on top of this first coat of glitter. We're making sure we keep this second coat of glue really thin because we don't want no clumps. We don't want no clumps of glue because clumps of glue equals clumps of glitter, and we don't want that. As you can see, I'm outlining this logo, and now you have a little more work time with this second glue because this glitter will absorb this glue and it won't dry as fast. So you have a little more play time. So I'm going to do the whole bottle, cover the whole bottle with this Mod Podge, and I'm just making sure I spread that all over and making sure I constantly check I don't miss no areas and making sure I keep it neatly and also off the label, not on that lid or anything. And I'm just doing that and repeating that process, friend. And now I'm going to dump this glitter right on top of that. Same old as we did as the first step. Now this is 2 coats. I'm only doing 2 coats because this is a heavy dark color. Now once again, if it was a lighter color, I would have did the base paint and probably did still 2 or 3 coats of glitter. It depends on what color it is. Some colors are harder to work with because they just don't have as much pigmentation. I don't even know if that's the right word, but I'm just cleaning up. If you see how that look after 2 coats, she's cute, huh? Yeah, you know, she's cute, no lie. And we're dumping our glitter right back up into here, and voila, ta-da, you see me using my little glitter vacuum to clean this up because we made a mess. Now after that dry, I'm taking this 2-time clear by Rust-Oleum, and we're just going to give that a good spray and seal. Now don't be like me, wear a respirator. I have a respirator, I should have wore it, and make sure you spray away from your face because that was not smart. So we're just giving this a generous coat, I mean generous, honey, and to seal this glitter in because we don't want to move it. So I'm going to spray that, and we're going to go let that dry for a good 30 minutes to an hour. After that, we could do 2 coats of that, and we're going to go in with our bling. I'm taking this rhinestone chain. It will be in my products list on my Amazon storefront in my description. Just get into it. So first I start off by measuring the length of this label, and I'm just going to take my little chopper cutter thingies and I'm going to snip that, okay? We're just snipping that and making sure it's the right length. I like to make mine just a little longer so I could scooch it in just a little bit, and we want it longer than shorter, okay? Always go a little longer because you can push it in, Craftiana. So I'm taking my glue of choice. This glue is E6000. You know, everyone knows and loves it. And now I'm going to put this a thin line right on top of this border. Right on top of this border, Craftiana. And you see, I'm just lining it up with my glue nice, and make sure you get a precision tip, okay? Don't get this bulky because you'll make a mess. Get a precision tip glue or put it in a little glue bottle or something because you will make a mess, Craftiana. Don't do it like I did. I'm telling you, learn from me, girl. Learn from me, Craftiana. And now I'm just going to place this rhinestone trim right directly on top of that glue. And you see, I'm just sliding it on. You see, I'm adjusting it to making sure it fits the length of this label, and that's all you do. And so we're going to repeat that process for this whole border and just give it a good outline. And I'm making sure it's nice and straight and crisp while it's still wet, because once this glue dry, you won't be able to move it. So make sure you line everything up while it's wet, Craftiana. You don't want the issue of a crooked border. Your border is your statement piece. It's one of the first things that you notice. And once you have a clean border, you have a clean bottle. That's my motto. A clean label and clean border is a clean bottle, okay? So now we're going to put a little bling on the neck of this bottle. Now you could bling out the whole neck of this bottle, or you could just do a little portion like I am. So I'm just measuring and cutting and putting the glue on and placing that on there. Now this is a little brooch or whatever charm. Now you can get creative with your little center staple piece. I like to put a center staple piece to just give it a little bold statement on the bottle. You don't have to. You could leave it as is. The bottle still looks good. But I like to put a staple piece. This is a little random brooch I found. You can get creative. You can use an earring, a brooch, some random charms, and I'm just measuring that to see that it fit first, and I cut the back off. Now I'm going to measure it again and make sure it sits where I want it to sit, and make sure it sits flatly, or I would have sanded it down some. Now I'm taking that E6000. I'm just putting that on the bottom half because the top half of the brooch or little charm piece won't be touching the bottle, so we don't need no unnecessary glue on that. So now this is a heavy piece. So when you're doing heavy pieces, you have to put a good amount of glue, and you have to press it on there and leave it sitting still, or it will move. It will move. So you need to let that dry and cure. Now after that, I did a final coat of that Rust-Oleum 2 times clear, and I'm going in with a harder brush, and I'm just giving that a good old dusting and making sure nothing of that glitter is coming off. This is a paint brush, something with rougher texture. You want to go all over that bottle. You see me touching to make sure no glitter come off. Yeah, smooth. I mean, the glitter not smooth, but no glitter is coming off. And if it was, we'll give it a good old dusting and give it one more final coat of that Rust-Oleum 2 time clear spray, and that's all that's to it. And this is the final product. It came out so cute. It's really easy to do. I did this in one day, Craftiana. Glitter glue dry. Bling, let it dry. Make sure you let it dry at least a good 24 to 48 hours before giving it to anyone, okay? You want to make sure everything is glittered and glued and set in place and cured. But thank you. Make sure you leave a comment if you want me to keep on going. Subscribe. Thank you.